What happens during a contested trust administration? Imagine a family trust that was meant to protect assets and honor the wishes of a loved one. Now, picture that trust being challenged in court, leading to a complex legal process. That's what happens during a contested trust administration. When someone believes the trust isn't valid or the terms aren't being followed, they can file a legal challenge. Usually, this is done by a beneficiary or an heir who feels their rights are being ignored, or that the trust was created under false pretenses. The challenge starts with a formal petition or complaint filed in probate court. This document must clearly explain why the trust is being contested. Common reasons include the person who made the trust, called the settlor, lacked mental capacity when creating it. Other reasons include allegations of undue influence, where someone might have pressured the settlor, or claims of fraud or coercion. Sometimes, the trust was not properly signed or witnessed, which can also be grounds for contesting. The deadline to file such a challenge varies by state but is often within a few months to a year after the settlor's death or notice of trust administration. Once the petition is filed, the court reviews the allegations. The judge looks at the evidence and decides if the contest has legal merit. During this time, the court oversees the trust administration process. This means all interested parties must be notified, and the court may appoint an independent trustee or administrator if needed. The court may hold hearings or trials where both sides present their evidence and arguments. This could involve testimony from witnesses, expert appraisals of assets, or review of documents. The court's job is to interpret the trust and the settlor's intentions fairly, while protecting the rights of all involved. If the court finds the trust was valid and the contest fails, the trust continues to be managed as originally planned. The trustee keeps handling the assets responsibly, following their fiduciary duties. But if the court rules in favor of the challenger, it might invalidate the trust or parts of it. The court could also modify the trust's terms or remove and replace trustees if necessary. Throughout this process, the trustee must keep managing the trust assets properly, even while the dispute is ongoing. In elder law cases, contested trust administration often involves protecting older adults who may have been manipulated or lacked the mental capacity to create a valid trust. Elder law professionals work to ensure the true wishes of the elderly person are honored. They also help families understand the legal steps needed to contest or defend a trust. This process can be complicated and requires careful attention to deadlines and legal standards. In summary, a contested trust administration is a legal process that begins when someone challenges the validity or terms of a trust. It involves court reviews, evidence presentations, and sometimes changes to the trust or trustees. Throughout, the court supervises the process to make sure everything is handled fairly. Trustees must continue managing the trust responsibly, and legal guidance is often needed, especially when protecting vulnerable individuals.